Assalamu alaikum. You welcome back to Calligraphy and Art by Midhat. Today I bring one more tutorial of calligraphy painting and using three basic colors: unbleached titanium, yellow ochre and burnt sienna. So let's start. I'm using roller for this painting because I want a textured background for the calligraphy painting. And whenever we want to use roller, we need a tight surface, and to give a tight surface to my canvas, I applied primer. It gives a very smooth and tight surface, and it becomes easier to use the roller or any round thing to give textured effect. And I'm using it back and forth, but not too much because I just don't want to mix all of the paints in each other, but I just want to give some textured effect, and I want every color to be visible as well. And on some spots I applied white on the top of that same paint to give it a lighter and darker effect. Until now I have just applied unbleached titanium and white on the top of it. Now I'm adding a little bit yellow ochre, and I don't need too much yellow ochre on the background of my painting because I wanted my background very soft and light colors, and that's why I just want little touches of yellow ochre and just spreading it. As I was done with the yellow ochre tone, I added burnt sienna, and again burnt sienna itself is a very dark color and it's a mixture of red and brown, so I just want to give a very few touches of burnt sienna, textured mergy effect on the background. As I finished the top area of the canvas, which was 2/3, I started applying the same unbleached titanium and I added white in it to make it more lighter, and I applied on the bottom of the canvas, and it was the 1/3 area of the canvas. Then I marked the lines to draw a straight line, and I measure it with the scale to make sure that it's very straight. Then I put masking tape, or you can call it paper tape, on my marked area, and I double it with the distance of 1 inch almost, and quickly I just grab a painting knife to fill the gaps between these two tapes. And right now I'm using yellow ochre paint as the base of my golden paint because yellow ochre and golden are very close, almost similar. The difference is that the yellow ochre is matte and golden is shiny, is metallic. That's the only difference. Then I peel off the tape to see if the edges are really fine. Then I put the tape again to apply my golden layer on the same yellow ochre paint. And again I'm using the palette knife, the painting knife, to fill the gap between these two tapes. And you can see the palette knife works so well, and it gives a knife effect. If you want to make it smooth, it gives a nice and smoother surface, and on some spots I leave it as a textured and most of the area is flat. Then I put stencil on the bottom area of the painting, which was very flat, and I'm using golden marker to draw the pattern of Islamic motifs. When the paints of the background were fully dried, I draw a sketch of my composition, which I was going to write. Wama Bikum Naimatin Faminallah. I grabbed the canvas in the audience, and it was my live calligraphy painting at the annual celebration of Arabic language department at the University of Manitoba. And it was an honor for me to paint in their event, and students were walking through, they were standing by me, they were making videos and taking photos, and they were talking about more paintings. There were more artists as well, and some of them were doing the Arabic lettering, and they were writing their names in Arabic. Some of them were writing their names in English calligraphy. and there were more beautiful paintings as well at the event, and it was an awesome experience to deal with the audience. And when I meet so many people, and most of them were students of Arabic language department, they are very fond of learning Arabic calligraphy, and they really wanted to learn the different fonts of calligraphy, and it was a very good experience for me to paint there. It was very cold out there. There was snow outside, and as you can see, I'm wearing a jacket. And the students passing by from back, they are wearing jackets as well. And it was a little bit difficult to paint wearing a jacket. So, because I feel a little tight and but cozy as well. But it was nice. Let's talk about the painting again. As you can see, I used dark brown, burnt umber acrylic paint for the writing, and that because my background was light, I wanted to use a very dark tone, any dark color. Mostly painters or calligraphers use black on the lighter backgrounds and whites on the darker backgrounds, so I just wanted to make it a little different from that, and I used dark brown for that because it was the monotone or the family of my palette right now. So now I'm just giving a final touches to my painting, fixing some spots, making my lines very straight, and giving some final touches to the writing. And sometimes I do the double writing. Double writing means I'm just doubling the words to give it a very dark and solid effect of the calligraphy writing, and I don't want it to be see through the background because I don't want the see-through paint, and acrylic paints are mostly the opaque colors, so sometimes the effect of the brushy lines give it a very see-through effect, so I just double the paint. I just redo the the words to fix them to give it a solid and dark effect. As I have used golden marker for the design work, or you can say Islamic motifs, it was quite easy and like handiwork. Fixing my meme, and right until yet I didn't added any signs or ornaments. Just fixing the words right now, and but I added the dots of all the words. I used a very thick brush, like a big brush, to write the calligraphy, and then I take a smaller paintbrush, and this one is straight as well. The straight tip paint brushes are very helpful to write the calligraphy, Arabic calligraphy. So I'm using a smaller paintbrush right now and using the same color tone as well. And these are some just like there is a fatha on the wow is not enough dark, so again the same thing, I will redo the paint on the harakat as well. And here is the little ha just close to the ha of Allah, because these are the ornaments and make the calligraphy composition more beautiful. If you're fond of calligraphy and you wanted to learn, or if you know any font, you can just tell me in the comment box that which font is your favorite. And if you know already, I would like to know that who was your teacher and from where you learn it. It's your hobby, it's your profession. And now here's a final look of my painting. You can see some closer clicks of the painting, and it's complete, alhamdulillah. Here's my signature. I completed it at the event, and if you like this painting and effects and the tutorial, please do like and subscribe to my channel and share it with your friends and try to paint same like this. See you next time. Assalamu alaikum.